Hey everyone, Magic Man Scott 40K here, back at it with another video. This time I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about Supreme Commander 2 for the computer, and I just beat it, story mode, like 20 minutes ago, and I want to talk about it for a bit. So I did watch the recent tournament because I'm a fan of Steel Speak and Iron Commander. It's really fun watching those guys play. And I'm shocked that this game still has a community. This game came out, I want to say 2010. When you load the game up, that's what it says. But anyways, so quick story. I used to play this game for like 3 months straight when I was a kid. Maybe a teenager, I don't know. But this game, I bought it on Xbox. I thought it was like a robot game. I think this was my very first RTS, base building, buying units, getting resources. And if you guys watch my real videos, you'll notice I wear glasses and I kind of have bad eyes. And I have trouble focusing. I'm not very good at focusing. Like if I look at the words Supreme Commander 2, I'll mostly look over here at this U. I'm not looking at the whole word. I'm looking at this U. I get distracted. Anyways, so when it comes to like reading and UI and information, I'm pretty garbage at it because I can't really focus on one thing. I do think this was probably one of the first strategy games I played. And after beating it on computer, I actually think it's much easier on Xbox with a controller. Mainly because it's more buttons. So I find the keyboard very hard to memorize. I know it's the alphabet, but it's in a weird, it's all weird. So I find the keyboard extremely hard to recognize. When someone says hit the button N, I'm like, where's N at? Hit the button O. Where's O at? Like, I have no idea. I've been playing computer games like all my life, and I don't have the keyboard memorized. So go figure. And I watch these like big streamers, these big video game streamers, and even they cannot press the buttons right. So even they don't have the keyboard memorized. And they're online like all the time, right? Anyways, so long story short, I am very proud of beating the game. I didn't know 0% of people have done it. That was news to me. I do think the campaign is actually extremely difficult, even on easy, but it is doable, right? It took me, I don't know, 25 hours, I think, to beat the game, somewhere around there. It really depends on your skill level. And I'll say one thing about the campaign, it's pretty much impossible to beat it on the first try. You really have to search the map and then build a counter army. This game is pretty much impossible without building some kind of counter army. There's two ways to win. Either you build a counter army, or you just have more guys. And that's pretty much it. Soulstorm is basically that too. You can either have a counter army or just more guys, and you usually win. Anyways, so you can see there I have 180 hours played. And this is nothing to when I played it on Xbox. I used to play like 2 maps over and over again. I used to be able to beat this game on hard mode when I was a kid. And hard the difference between easy mode and hard mode is like night and day. It's like it feels like a completely different game, honestly. The difference between easy and hard is absolutely insanely different. Anyways, it took me a very long time to figure out how the factions worked. The factions were really weird. Basically, all three factions start out the same, but after like, I want to say 10 minutes, you'll get upgrades that give you new abilities, and that's when the factions start to branch out and become different. And in about 20 minutes of gameplay, you'll start getting new units and more special abilities. And after that, the game really branches out, and you'll notice how different each faction is around 20 minutes in. But I think each faction pretty much starts out the same. Anyways, this makes the early game really weird because everyone's the same. So, and in this game, you normally want to get resources to buy expensive units, but getting resources in this game is actually pretty hard. So you kind of get punished for getting resources, which is odd. But anyways, this is such a strange game. And I just noticed pretty much every voice actor in this game is famous. They're like super, like extremely, these are like the best voice actors in the business that are in this game. If you check up their like work history, they were in a million shows, a million movies. These are like the best voice actors in the business, and they're in this game for some reason. Now I've been told the first everyone's told me the first Supreme Commander is better, but I cannot beat the first level. I tried everything. I cannot beat the first level, and the game's just really hard to look at. Like it didn't age well. Now this game here, Supreme Commander 2, it actually aged great, I think. I think this game looks fantastic even after like 16 years. Now after beating the game, they do tease Supreme Commander 3. They tease like a extra, right? Something extra is about to happen. So Supreme Commander 3. So, but it's been 16 years, so I don't think Supreme Commander 3 is still happening. But I believe the company who made this game, they're still active. I'm pretty sure. So anyways, what's interesting about Supreme Commander 2 is basically everything in the game is 3D printed. And this was back in 2010, where I don't know if anyone even had the idea of 3D printing. Like 3D printing was so alien back in 2010. In 2010, you had like the Xbox 360, which wasn't that powerful. It could hold a lot of games, I'll give it that, but it really was not that powerful. And then so yeah, just it's basically an entire game based around 3D printing. Or maybe holograms, whatever you want to say it. But I really like the idea of like the story, just everything really. I'm a big fan of like how everything works. So yeah, anyways, long story short, if you guys want me to play Supreme Commander 2, let me know, because I am happily to just go back in and play it. I did make how to play videos. If you guys check out my Warhammer stuff, I made how to play Space Marine, how to play Eldar. I can totally make a how to play for this game, but just know, so I used to play the crap out of this game when I was a teen, like 3 months straight, and it took me a long time to remember how this game worked. I started playing it again like a week ago, or not a week ago. I think 4 days ago. 4 days ago, I started playing this again, and it took me a very long time to figure out how everything worked, and I had to look some stuff up because the game does not tell you how anything works. There's no like tips or tricks, so I had to research everything. This game sucks at teaching you how to play. It's very, very bad at teaching you how to play. But I think it really is a gem. It's a gem of a game. So anyways, if you guys want more videos on this, let me know, because I can totally gush over it. I'm just a huge fan of everything. I know some of you guys want more Definitive Edition videos. Dawn of War Definitive Edition videos. But honestly, I'm having such a hard time getting footage. There's a lot more players, but it's so hard to find like actual good footage. So if you guys know anybody who wants to send me replays, I can make a video of it. But yeah. Anyways, I beat this game like 20 minutes ago, and I feel pretty good. I will say, if you're not clicking buttons just all the time, you can't win. You have to be pressing buttons every second. And if you're not pressing buttons every second, you just lose. So yeah. I might try multiplayer one day, because I think fighting the computer is actually harder. I can't imagine the computer being like, the computer is such a monster to beat. It's extremely difficult to beat. And I imagine playing a real person is actually easier. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. I'll be signing off. I am recording this at like 5 a.m. So yeah. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one. If you guys want me to make any kind of video on this game, let me know. Because I really do think it holds up. It really does hold up. There's only 3 factions in the game, but each faction has like 20 units, which is good enough, I think. So yeah. Let me know how you guys feel about this, and I'll be signing off. Bye.